Howdy folks, welcome back to Phenomenal Arc. We have a flight sim video for you today, taking a little break from the racing sims. We are going to kill two birds with one stone in this video. First of all, the main purpose of this video is to do some landing practice in the Carenado B1900D because it is my favorite airplane, but we've been struggling to land this thing ever since X-Plane updated to 11.36. So we're going to go up in the air. It's already running, but we're going to take off. We're going to do some stalls at altitude to get our stall speed based on our weight, and then we will try to land and use those numbers. That's the problem we're having, is using the right numbers. If I use the numbers by the book, we stall before we touch down. If I use the numbers that are published by other people, then we're way too fast. I feel we're way too fast. So we're just going to test this out and see how it goes. We'll do a couple circuits. It's probably going to be a really short video. The other thing we're doing is, you see I have my frame rate counter up because we're testing recording in frames today. So airplane is already running. The last thing we're going to do that I'm going to do with you is get our weight and fuel just so we can see. Okay, we're at 14,000 pounds. Let's bring this down to about 13,000, because usually when we do a flight, we end up with 13,000 pounds, which means we have like double the fuel we usually need. So actually, let's cut this down to something more realistic. If we do our fuel right, we should have like about 45 minutes left of fuel, or even less than that. So let's do this. 12,475 pounds. All right, I already have my heading bug set to the runway. So what we're going to do is we're just simply going to take off and fly circuit, and then land. Actually, if we're going to take off, and on our downwind leg, we'll... Oh god, I didn't get flaps down. There you go. We'll do our stall test. So gear coming up, flaps coming up, and we're just going to fly this thing at about 160 or so. Trim it here. It's trimmed for, you know, a normal takeoff, which we're not doing. Oh, we're in, where are we? We're in Clearwater, Florida. Just because. St. Pete, Clearwater International Airport. Just because we can. No reason other than that. Alrighty, let's do our crosswind already. Not a big deal. I forgot to get airport elevation. Can we do that while we're turning around? Is that something we can do? What's our airport elevation? 7 feet. That's kind of what I would have suspected. Well, let's not land. Let's see, where's my prop torque here? We don't want to start on fire because there is engine management in this airplane. So we're just going to turn around, get some altitude here, and then we will do a stall. All right, so right now we're parallel to the runway. How do we know? Because the heading bug is behind us. Let's get a little bit more parallel. Let's level off. There we go. So now if we look out the window, we should be perfectly parallel to the runway, and there we are. And we know that because of our instruments. Alrighty, let's get gear down. And props forward. And first set of flaps. Second set of flaps. And we're going to do a stall test. So ready? We're going to see when this thing stalls. It shouldn't stall until 87 or so, which is just right there. But I bet it's going to stall way before that. So here we go, bringing back throttles, maintaining level flight, which is too hard to trim this fast, but we'll try to trim it. And where's that stall horn? Where is it? I don't hear a stall horn. So why is it working in the air? There it is. Right. Yeah, okay, so 89. Right? Right where it should be. Yep. 89. Okay. Okay, now it's stalling. Now it's stalling at 92. Okay, let's get some throttle in here, maintain level flight, and see. Whoa, yeah, let's recover. Okay, let's see where this really stalls. Maybe it's a little faster than 89. Let's maintain level flight. There we go. Bring back throttles. Maintain level flight. Let's see what happens. There's 89. There's 87. 85. See? It stalls right where it's supposed to, and see how we're dipping like we're supposed to too? Ooh, that was my spring. Okay. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to in the air. So now let's turn around, gear up and flaps up, because we're going to do an upwind or downwind leg here. And now let's go to the airport and figure out what the heck is going on and see. I mean, we should be able to tease that stall horn when we land, right? We should be able to tease that stall horn when we land. And the past several times, it's been stalling way up around here, right? In fact, let's do that. Let's bring our weight what it had been in the previous flight. When I checked my video, it was about 13,400. So let's do this. That's going to screw us up a little bit. Now we got to recover. Okay, now let's get some altitude first, because we're cutting it really close here when we come down and stall. Let's get some altitude and start slowing down as well. There we go. Okay. Gear down. First set of flaps. Second set of flaps. Let's actually do a starter upwind so we don't get too far from the airport here. Starter upwind leg. And then we will check our well, this is really hard. We're doing too many things at once here. There we go. Alright, so we're parallel to the runway again. Level flight. We'll pitch up to slow down, but we're going to bring throttles back so we don't climb. Alright, that's how we're going to slow down. So we're pitching up to slow down, bringing throttles back so we don't climb. There we go. And let's see when this thing stalls. Come on. You're going to stall on me here? So this is the weight we were at before, and we were stalling long time ago. So let's listen. Okay. Alright. Let's recovering from the stall. You can see the attitude indicator. But let's try that again, because the stall horn went off twice. Really fighting this yoke here. Let's stay level flight if we can. See, there we stalled at 95 and then it stopped stalling. Now stalling again. Why is it doing that twice? It should be a constant stall horn, shouldn't it? There's something I'm not recovering from the stall. See, now it's not stalling at all. It says, okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is really hard to recover from that stall. Okay, level flight. Level flight, not puking flight. There we go. There we go. Let's get level here. Let's get level. There we go. All right. Here we go. Up to slow down. Throttles back so we don't climb. And where's that stall horn? There's our level flight. We had level flight. And stall. Where are you? Where are you? Where's our stall? There you go, 86. Okay, so in the air, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Where's your airport? There it is. So in the air, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. So we have the same weight we did before. We stalled at 110 on the ground. So let's cruise along here. Gears up, flaps are up. Let's not climb. Let's just stay where we are. And let's complete our circuit, and then we're going to come in for a landing. And we're going to see how this goes. So we should be able to tease that stall horn. Even though we don't land at the stall horn, we land like 97, 102, depends where you get information. We should still be able to tease that stall horn. But then ground effects come into play, and then the simulator comes into play. The simulator is the biggest thing here. I think that's what I'm fighting, is I'm using real world performance and real world procedure, and I'm trying to apply it to the sim. And I think this, when the sim updated to 11.36, I think the flight dynamics and ground effects and prop wash and back pressure and all that stuff changed enough that I don't think I can go by real world numbers like I can some other aircraft. I think I'm at the mercy of the sim, which you hear me say all the time. So we're just going to try it here. I'm also keeping an eye on my frame rates, which are nice and strong, considering I'm recording in 60 frames per second today. At least I think I am. Coming over a dense area, we're not losing. We lost a little bit of frames. We're down to 30. Let's see here. Part of that might be Carenado, because Carenado stuff is crazy. Yeah, see, we're at 60 outside and 30 inside. That's just a Carenado thing. Alrighty, let's turn around, and in the meantime, I hope you don't get screen tearing. Alright, let's get over to this airport. We're way below glide slope. I can already tell, just because we're at 800 feet. 2 sets of flaps. Gears down. Whoops. Runway goes over the water. Okay, so we want to be at that first flag for approach, and then that second flag is supposed to be final and touchdown, depending who you talk to. But even if this flag right here is going to be our touchdown, we should still be able to tease that stall horn. Like if we're doing an STOL, if we're doing a short field dirt landing in the mountains, we need to land while we tease the stall horn. Right? So let's see. Let's do this first one. Let's see if we can tease that stall horn. Again at 86, 87 knots. And then we'll come around maybe and we'll do what the sim wants us to do. Or just go for a good landing. So first of all, we're going to try to land as though we're landing on dirt somewhere in the mountains, and we have to tease that stall horn. And then we'll come around and land how we're probably going to have to retrain ourselves how to land this thing. You do land at idle. I asked real life B1900D pilots. So I don't think there's still a suction issue. If there is, we're going to notice it. I don't think there is though anymore. I think that's been fixed. We'll kind of find out, won't we? All right. We're just below glide slope, but I'm doing I'm like splitting the difference here on glide slope and level flight. All right. So we're coming in for our final approach speed, which is that mark between the 2 flags. So final approach should be like 109, give or take, which is we're a little faster final approach by 2 knots. There we go. That's a good final approach speed. We're just going to keep this up. And we're not stalling. Last time we stalled at this speed, and we actually weigh a little more than we did too, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we should be able to tease the stall horn here. So let's bring back throttle so we have time to tease this horn. And we're stalling. No, okay, we got sucked down. We did get sucked down a little bit. So there might still be a suction issue. And we stalled. I can't read by my video, but I'm sure it was over 90 when we stalled. Okay, well, let's take off and let's do a landing how it wants us to do it. So let's land at this first flag. And we're going to look for both. Suction and a stall. Hopefully not a stall, because I'm pretty sure without rewinding it, our stall was between 90 and 95. I know we just said it, but I already forgot. I think it's between 90 and 95, which is a little faster than it should be at this weight. Because this stall, this 86, that's max landing weight. That's the stall speed for that. And we were way below max landing weight, so we should be able to stall. But like I said, we're at the mercy of the sim. So in straight and level flight in the air, 2,500 feet above sea level, it was correct. But when we're at the ground, it wants to stall closer to 100. I'm just going to set us up here for landing, and we are going to land at that first flag. And if that's what we need to do in the sim, that's what we need to do in the sim. So we're going to aim for the first flag, and then we're going to look for suction and look for stall. Hopefully we don't get the stall, but we're going to look for suction. So I'm just going to get us set up, give us a lot of room to land, and I will be back in a moment. All right, gears down, first set of flaps are down, props are forward. Now we're going to be landing this other way again, just because of all the churning and stuff I was doing there during the testing. we're just doing the opposite runway, which is fine because there's no weather, of course. Whenever I do these tests, we don't use weather because that would just be a whole nother element. So here we go. So like I said, the flap's coming down. Whoops. I was testing a few things between cuts there, so I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, but that's not what this is about. Alrighty, so let's do this topsy-turvy thing. And we're way too high. And we're getting the outer marker sound because my radios are apparently tuned to that by coincidence. Alright, let's slow this puppy down. Let's get down to, so throttle's back so we don't speed up too much because we're pointing down. We're pointing down. Not for speed, but to get down. But we gotta bring throttles back too, so. Alright, here we go. We are going to approach between the flags like we did before. The only difference is now is we're going to touch down at that 105 knot flag or 102 knot flag. One more time, gears down, flaps are down. Let's get some throttle in so we can maintain level flight until we're established on the PAPI, because now we're a little bit low. We're going to point up to slow this thing down, but we're bring throttles back so that we don't descend, or don't ascend. So there we go. Slowing down nicely. Okay, here we are. We're at a great final approach speed. We are almost established on those PAPI. Let's aim beyond. In case you do get sucked down, at least we'll land on the runway this time. All right, pointing down to keep our speed a little up, but not too much up here. All right, here we go. Aim for those numbers. We're going to touch down about this speed. Now we're listening for a stall, and we're going to see if we get sucked down. So here we go. Keep that number up. And throttles back. And we did not get sucked down, and we did not stall. Nose wheel down gently. And reversers because we can. And that was a perfect, well, I hate these, no, not perfect landing. It was a very highly acceptable landing. Okay, well, that's going to be it for us. Okay, we're going to land at that first flag. Those are the published numbers in the sim, I guess, if you look at some people's numbers, but they're little debatable based on the real numbers, because I have like 97, I have 102, which is what's there, but I have 97 written down. That being said, it doesn't matter what those numbers are. We should be able to tease the stall horn, but we can't. Which isn't a big deal 99% of the time, but when we do take this into the mountains, we do need to be able to tease that stall horn. So, alrighty, I'm not going to say the sim is wrong. I'm not going to say the numbers are wrong. I'm just going to say I need to adjust what I think I know about this plane, pretend I don't know anything, and just reset my head. There you go. We did it. Does not get sucked down. I repeat. This plane did not get sucked down. I'm the one who's been super vocal about it on the forums. When it was getting sucked down, I was in direct conversations with the designer who acknowledged that I got sucked down. They also acknowledged the fix, and it looks like it's been fixed. I just need to adjust the numbers I have in my head and land at that first flag. That's all there is to it.